name's Daniel Buckroyd. I'm Artistic Director of New Perspectives Theatre Company, and we're delighted to be working with Curve again on this co-production of The Butterfly Lion. It's an adaptation, a new adaptation of a much-loved Michael Morpurgo novel, loved by readers, but also one of his favourite books. He's very passionate about that particular story, and it's a wonderful story, which is what attracted me to the piece originally. It covers a huge time span. It takes us from rural England to South Africa and then to war-torn France in the 1914-18 period, and so it covers a huge sweep. It's a big romantic novel. There is romance at the heart of it, but also it's epic and filmic, and it's a story that I first started working on some years ago, but with this adaptation and this collaboration, are delighted to be able to really bring it to life in an epic way to match the epic nature of the story. So we'll meet a wide range of characters, and there's puppetry involved and original music. It's going to be great fun. Puppetry is really important in this production for one main reason, which is it's about a lion. Unsurprisingly, when you're looking at a theatrical adaptation, you've got to find a language for how you're going to tell that lion. The lion starts as a cub. The central character of Bertie, who's living at that time in South Africa, spots the lion, and the lion has been orphaned, and so adopts the lion as a cub. And so we start with a very small puppet for the cub, and this puppet is inspired by African traditional designs, but is nonetheless a puppet that our audience in this country will recognise, and it's small and cute, and then of course they grow. So we have two further incarnations. We have I guess what you'd think of as a teenage lion, and then finally at a later point in the story, after Bertie and the lion have been separated, and that's the central part of the story, when they are finally reunited and the lion is much older, we have a rather glorious full-grown male lion puppet operated by two of our company, and together with their operation and the live music, that lion comes to life. Michael's really keen on theatre adaptations of his shows. He's and immensely supportive as well. This is the third piece of his that I've adapted, and he's been wonderfully supportive and has always come and seen the work and provided fantastic critical feedback. But he's also very hands off, in the sense of he likes to let the creative teams that he gets involved in his works to have the room to do what they need to do. And so I suspect what will happen is that, I've already had initial conversations with him about it, but I suspect he'll probably leave us to get on with it and then hopefully come and see it at Curve. First off, I'd say that schools coming to see the show at Curve with pupils who know the story won't be disappointed. We're going to be telling the full story and bringing it to life, so that those images that the children will already have in their imaginations will come to life before their very eyes. Having said that, one of the most exciting things about theatre, as distinct from film, is that it does rely on the imaginative engagement of all its audiences, but particularly children. And so I would imagine that even children who've read the book will go away with new images in their mind and their imagination sparked afresh. It's a much-loved book and widely read in schools. So for schools coming where pupils haven't read it, I think it's something that will really enthuse pupils to go back to this book, to dip into Michael Morpurgo more generally, and just, I think it will enthuse them about the power of storytelling. And that's something I'm very passionate about, and I think will come through loud and clear in this production. New Perspectives has been touring theatre in the East Midlands for nearly 40 years now, and over that time inevitably a kind of house style has evolved, and also a close knit bunch of artistic collaborators, and so we're delighted to be reuniting some of our most regular recent collaborators on this project. Juliet Shillingford will be designing the project, and she's known not only to our audiences but also to Curve audiences, having designed a lot of productions at Curve over the last 2 or 3 years. Mark Dimmock brings wonderful painterly sense to the lighting, and I think and also we've got original music commissioned by a composer called Carlton Edwards, and I know that those additional elements, this is very much part of New Perspective style, those elements of lighting and sound and music will be very integral to the storytelling and will be part of what sparks the imagination of the audiences. Storytelling keeps cropping up as a word when we're talking about New Perspective's work and we're talking about this piece, and that's absolutely key. What I'm passionate about doing is putting wonderful yarns, wonderful narratives in front of audiences, young and old, and uniting them in an imaginative appreciation of that world, and that's absolutely what the Butterfly Line is going to be about.